Hello everyone. Today we discuss about knowledge management practices in CRM. So knowledge management practices have facilitated innovating performance and to the productivity of industries. Some KPS are promoting a culture of information and knowledge sharing, motivating employees and executive to remain with the firm and forgiving alliances and partnership for knowledge acquisition, implementing written knowledge management rules. There exist certain constraints to the development. They are the poor linkage between knowledge production and economic system, inadequate human capital, inadequate investment in science and technology, infrastructure, and ineffective paths of technology innovations. Some strategies have been recommended for the development, so they are raising the potential pool of skilled labor, improving the science and technology infrastructure, and creating an enabling environment for the innovation in private sector industrial firms. Now, knowledge management leadership. In order to lead the organizations which tend to adopt the knowledge management practices, it becomes essential to have a proper and effective leadership, like the definition of knowledge management. The types and roles of knowledge leadership in a corporations are usually defined on a case by case basis. Although there are dozens of terms ascribed to knowledge leaders by consulting firms, the five main categories of knowledge leadership and their roles in the corporation are Chief Knowledge Officer, that is CKO, a strategic senior management position focused on promoting, communicating, and facilitating KM practices in the corporation. The highly visible CKO, that is Chief Knowledge Officer, typically reports directly to the CEO but may report to the CIO. Knowledge analytics, a tactical lower to mid level position that involves learning and personally disseminating the best practices of the organization. Knowledge analytics may use technologies to accumulate and manage knowledge, but the technologies are for their personal use only. The risk of relying on knowledge analytics is that they can walk away with the best practices of the corporations with no record for those left behind to follow. Now, knowledge engineer, a tactical lower level position that is focused on collecting information from experts and representing it in an organized form, typically in computer based systems that can be shared and stored in the corporation's knowledge. Engineers frequently form the interface between employees and computer knowledge technologies, such as expert systems, programs that imitate the decision making abilities of experts. Now, knowledge manager, a tactical mid level position that involves coordinating the work of knowledge, engineers, and analytics, especially in larger corporations. Knowledge managers may report to the CKO, CIO, or CEO. Now, knowledge steward, a tactical low level and often temporary or informal position, normally associated with smaller companies. Compared to the other forms of knowledge leadership, knowledge stewards have the least formal experience with the KM principles and usually have other primary responsibilities in the corporations. Of the five general forms of leadership, the chief knowledge officer is typically the most visible, least understood, and highest paid member of any KM initiatives. Unlike senior managers and a CKO, typically has no underlying power, base, and minimal support staff and can't make significant decisions without first being empowered by senior management. Now, the age of e commerce, few brands have a more commanding presence than Microsoft. For millions of people and hundreds of thousands of companies around the globe, Microsoft operating system and software applications are indispensable components of their work and home environments. But that extraordinary presence comes with an equally compelling challenge as the direct sequences or consequences of the company's scope and market penetration. Microsoft must grapple with one of the industry's most daunting customer service loads. This vignette dramatically shows the benefits of knowledge management using an organizational memory. Microsoft's strategy encompassed two important tactical moves. First, the company's three major contact points were consolidated into a single channel for all customers. Second, customer service representatives were trained as knowledge brokers, tasked with handling inquiries across all products, program and services rather than relying on a procedure that routed the customer to an appropriate specialist. The overall goal was to drive up first contact resolution and improve the customer experience. From the outset, it was clear that this strategy relied on us being able to implement a knowledge management system that would put all the information on our products, programs, and services at the agent's fingertips. Now, uh, TCS were related on 8 knowledge performance parameter and was one of the 14 winners in Asia's most admired knowledge enterprises. TCS was awarded as the best practice in KM by panel of Asian Fortune 500 senior executives and renowned KM experts. The main objective of TCS was focused on locating, organizing, sharing, and transferring knowledge for the benefits of the employee and clients spread throughout the world. Now, uh, on the other hand, knowledge workers are central to the operation of a knowledge organization. Not only do they represent the greatest potential for multiplying the value of a company, but they also represent the greater risk to value loss. Furthermore, managing knowledge workers is challenging because of the competing goals of encouraging knowledge sharing throughout communities of practice while maintaining control over the general direction of the corporations through information hiding and filtering. For knowledge workers who represent represent a positive value multiplier providing consistent supportive feedback through the corporation's touch points, investing in knowledge workers education when economically feasible, and maintaining the processes associated with knowledge workers loyalty all maximize the value that the knowledge workers can bring to the corporations. Knowledge management begins with a practical implementations plan that adequately address people, process, and technology challenges, whether working with vendors and developing or developers or shifting the corporate culture to embrace the concept and reality of a knowledge organization. An insightful and capable senior manager can recognize and appreciate predictors of a successful KM initiative and manage the potential risk involved as long as stakeholder expectations are managed in a way that avoids the hype that kills other business innovations. The prospects for a successful KM implementation and for the KM industry as a whole look exceptionally bright. In today's competitive environment, network companies are under constant pressure to improve customer service while reducing cost. In field operations, this drives a necessity for utilities and communication businesses to optimize resource assignment and dispatching. Now, a field based work progress status updates are the source system ensuring that all members of the organizations are updated and ready to provide customers and co-workers with timely accurate information. So resource planning that lays the building blocks for effective scheduling. Store individuals and crew employees' calendars, start end work location, organizational structure, skill set, wages, preference, and equipment held, models workforce, shift rotation, holidays, illness, training, and overtime considerations. Analysis of company policies and collective agreements affecting staff deployment. Full support for multi-person crews and individuals required for a specific task. Schedules resources using manual, automatic, and semi-automatic modes with algorithm. Automatic optical selection of materials and workers based on complex resources analysis, including advanced real time analysis such as proximity and equipment of currently deployed crews. So, optimized routine beyond point to point distance with street level information such as on one ways, average speed, traffic signals, real time information if available, such as traffic flow, accidents, and closures, etc. Dispatch management delivers optimized crew development with these abilities, web-based dispatch, board, and Gantt chart, dispatcher has full control from a calendar management to technician logging, log off, track employee tasks on dispatch board with map based dispatching and GPS, AVL updates, view overall operations or detail on work, and mobile workers, alert dispatchers to priority events, automatic work status updates, and flexible automated scheduling. Automated scheduling by defining rules that can take into account personal training and qualifications, individuals' responsibilities, each team's materials and equipment, rapid response, crew proximity, other business specific factors. Now, automate work order life cycle from design through project completions, manage all levels of work orders with an intrinsic hierarchy that supports projects, service orders, work orders, actions and routines, and emergency events also. Includes street level routine database, flexible scheduling to include completely automated, semi automated, and manual operations, ability to integrate to other work order generating systems and enterprise system, that is CIS, OMS, WMS, EAM, ERP, collect work order status in real time, manage jeopardy and keep alert of workload imbalances, offer real time appointment booking with configurable window times, reduce dispatch time associated with manual crew assignment, cost saving, overall field operation recognized in a few as 8 months. Now, with a CRM, manufacturing have the opportunity to take customer interactions to new level of effectiveness by integrating customer information otherwise hovered by customer service, marketing, and sales departments and making it available across the organization to improve the overall customer experience. Some large companies are gaining significant competitive advantage by using information technology, IT, and business to analyze and manage their leadership relationship with each customer. These trends to relevant to many larger companies, while smaller companies tend to rely on people rather than computers to track and manage their customer relationship. This trend is still relevant to them because most IT driven changes in large companies sooner or later are adopted by progressive smaller companies as relevant software packages suited to the needs of and budget of SMEs are developed. Any SME planning and overall medium term e-business IT strategy thus needs to consider whether aspects of CRM are likely to be relevant to the strategy. The ability of large companies to provide a holistic approach to customers may partly erode one of the competitive advantages enjoyed by SMEs, namely their ability to provide a much more personalized service than their larger competitors. CRM is the three-letter acronyms for customer relationship management. CRM packages are software tools that allow the user to keep a record of all interactions with the customer. Typical examples of these interactions are companies, queries, requests for quotations, instructions, and so on. As the user is recording the interactions, the user can have access to all the customer information that exists on the system. Information such as account balance and transaction history, order status, shipping status, and static detailed such as name, address, phone, email, etc. The level of information available in is dependent on the level of functionality of the CRM tool or the degree of integration with the company ERP packages, process accounts, sales order, processing, stock movement, purchases, and so on. The CRM tool also has functionality to assign actions arising out of an interactions to different users, keep a record and status on all action that have been taken against a particular transaction, classify an interactions as begin or being open until all the desired actions have been completed. The strength of CRM is that any employee within the company can access the interactions recorded to any time to review the status and update it. The customer cannot catch the employee who has access to the CRM tool unaware. This gives the customer the VIP feelings because the customer feels that every employee in the company is aware of the customer and the customer's issue. So CRM originally evolved from the recording and fixing of complaints to the current level where packages are now available on the internet. In the latest eCRM generation, the customer may record the complaint and could change the customer's own static details using a web browser. CRM systems also allows for proactive dealings with potential and existing customer and electronic mail shots. E-records are kept of these interactions with the same way as complaints and other reactive interactions are stored. The normal operational transactions such as sales order, processing, order picking, dispatch, invoicing, and so on would not normally be stored on a CRM tool as this function is readily available in ERP packages. However, some of the tier 1 CRM solutions have started to store this type of information also. The most well-known CRM tool is provided. So that's the end of the video, my friends. If you like my blogs, please subscribe and share it. Thanks again for watching my videos.